Trez here, creator of Under the Flesh, Lair, Pistolera, Galactic Rodents of Mayhem, and The Deep Dark. So there's a question on my mind. Why did I watch Gemini Man? Trying to answer that right now. Initially, I had a long day at work. And since I'm off tomorrow from work, I figured let me catch a movie. And I don't know why I watched Gemini Man. So anyway, what's Gemini Man? Let's see if I could just pop in a trailer real quick. Just so you guys can get an idea. It's a Will Smith vehicle. And it's pretty much everything you've seen in spy movies. And I'm going to try not to give too many spoilers, but I kind of want to I want you guys to understand what you're getting into. So I'm just going to put the trailer real quick, only because I'm thinking now, after I've seen the movie, like when I'm going into the movie, I understood the whole thing is like, it's a younger version of Will Smith. Like I got that much from the trailer. But now after seeing the movie, it's just like, okay, even knowing that, they kind of didn't really go anywhere with it that have been really, really interesting. Let me see. All right, so we see Will Smith.
Tell me something. Why is it so hard for you to kill this man?
He knew every move of mine before I made it. I'd have him right there. Take the shot. I wanna be forever young. And he'd be gone, like a ghost. Do you really wanna live forever?
All right, I'm going to spare you the whole trailer because 36 seconds into this trailer, it's pretty obvious. It's the whole thing that like the main event is literally old Will Smith versus young Will Smith. And yeah, I'm just trying to figure out Andrew J. Oh no, I was going to watch that movie. Did Will Smith turn fat and blue and grant people their wishes? Yeah, I haven't seen Aladdin yet. I think I got to rent it and watch it and give my review on that. But Gemini Man, it's nothing special, and it's kind of dull and boring. If I ever fall asleep in a movie right when I get out of work, that's a bad sign, because I've seen movies right after work and I've been able to stay up when it's a great movie. But when it's something like Gemini Man, the plot is pretty much everything you've seen in the spy movies. And it's basically, if you've seen a Jason Bourne movie, you've seen this plot. And Jason Bourne's, it wasn't the first one that had like the agency that hired you wanting to kill you. But in this instance, we have an assassin after an assassin, and it's pretty much the young version versus the old version. And to sum it up, it's pretty much a clone movie with daddy issues. So, it's literally a plot taken out of every spy story in existence. And the whole kicker here is that it's a clone, literally. And that's like, that's the selling point of the movie. And I feel like after we saw the first 36 seconds of the trailer, there's no surprise. And I feel like after watching the movie, the first, second act, third act, it's pretty boring. The build up is just not that interesting. Then you have the reveal where he's being betrayed. Not all that interesting. And in fact, for me, the most interesting part, and actually the best part, to be honest with you, was the first initial encounter of like the young Will Smith with the old Will Smith. How that first encounter played out for me was great action movies cinema. Like I feel that was extremely fun, and I thought it was pretty cool. But then, of course, like I said, this is a clone movie with daddy issues, right? So after, I fell asleep a little bit after that. They they have another encounter, and the young Will Smith is angsty and all this, and they kind of battle again, and just again it becomes where it's the Will Smiths teaming up against the corporation, and that's kind of boring. What I thought would have been interesting, because of course I like to write stories myself, and what would have been interesting would be for me is where you have this face off eventually, and it's just him not able to change the mind of this young Will Smith. It's almost like, no matter what, like, and that's the enemy. You got to kill yourself, the young version of yourself. Could you do it? Who wins, the young version or the old version? But it didn't happen. It went into safe territory. It became even more boring. And did some wasted appearances from Clive Owen. Benedict Wong was another one that is just uninspiring. And I asked myself, why did I watch Gemini Man when I could have simply watched The Joker one more time? So that's like kind of like the only thing that's really bothering me. Ang Lee is a great director. He has a good resume. There's some great movies he had. Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon is one that I'll always love. The Life of Pi, which I thought was another good one. And he has other things that are just, not his best cup of tea. So it was just, really mixed. And then at the end of the credit, I saw David Benioff, who did Game of Thrones, has a writing credit in there amongst other people. So it's like literally tossed between 3 people. It shows you like, 4 people on a script still can't turn out a great script or a great story. And the aging technology or the age, where you see like the young Will Smith and the old Will Smith, like that's nothing you haven't seen in a Star Wars movie, with the princess and Princess Leia. You're like, it's just, we've seen that technology before, and we've seen it in the Marvel movies. So it's nothing fresh and new. And at times, like I said, the plot is just already what it is. But the action at some points is so frenetic, like where the fighting between when it's basically when Will is fighting himself, when the young and old Will Smith are going at it, where it's just so, it's like CGI. It's like a CGI video game, like amped up, and like that could be cool, but then it's just it's like a young version fighting against an old version, but then it's so erratic and it's so fast paced where it's just kind of jarring, and it's just kind of like, okay, like, it seems like a video game CGI. And that's not a good thing. And then there's some moments where the young Will Smith looks really good. Like it's almost like you can't tell it's CGI. And that's what during like the dark, there's like during the dark scenes, night scenes, it's wow, okay, this looks cool. But then, there's a scene in the movie where it's broad daylight, and I think towards the end, and it's just like, it's almost laughable. It's just like, man, this is what passed as like their whole gimmick for the movie, was that it's just a clone, pretty much. So I was unimpressed, and I feel like, you could do so much more, even though there's a lot that's been done with spy movies, but I just feel like this one was just a wasted opportunity. We've seen some cool stuff with cloning and spy stuff before. I think, what is that Arnold Schwarzenegger movie comes to mind, The Sixth Day, I think, where that was just fun. So this one, I know it's Will Smith, but even then, it's not worth it. It's not worth a watch. If you could catch it on Netflix, if you could catch it for free, if you could talk someone to treating you into watching the movie, check it out maybe just to see that initial action scene. But even then, it's not worth it. So overall, if I'd have to give it a review from a 1 to 10, I'd give it a 4.5, and that's being kind of generous. Maybe a 5, but a 4.5. We'll leave it a 4.5. But anyway, guys, don't watch Gemini Man if you can watch The Joker instead, or even Addams Family Values is cool. It came, CGI. It's back, another Addams Family movie. So check that one out. And as always, please definitely like or give me a comment what you thought about Gemini Man. If you're going to watch it, if you did, what was your favorite part of it? And thank you for checking my channel out. And Mr. Andrew J, I appreciate you, buddy. And he did not turn fat and blue and grant people their wishes. So that's another one I got to check out, is that Aladdin movie. So wish me wish me luck. Well, I'm happy that I was able to save you $15. I only spent $5 as a movie theater by me, where it's $5 all the time. So for me, that's worth the price of admission. And thank you. I should spend it on Galactic Road to Mayhem. If you do, thank you, buddy. I know everyone's budget. You know, it's always hard sometimes to put money into certain things, and you got to guard your money very well. So if you're able to back it, that's great. Tomorrow is our last day. If we're not able to fund, we're just gonna relaunch in black and white and shave off all that we had for coloring, and we'll still be able to tell an awesome story in black and white, and hopefully in the future we can definitely get it colored. So we're definitely not going to give up on such an awesome story. So thank you guys. Thank you, Andrew J. You have a good night, brother, man. Till next time. Be cool. Later.